Welcome back to part 2 of our Copenhagen adventure, where we'll be celebrating Char's birthday and continuing to see if Copenhagen is possible to travel on a budget. So stay tuned to see what we get up to in our final 2 days in this beautiful city. It is a new day. We have just finished our breakfast at the hostel. We made some eggs on toast again, or eggs on muffins with some avocado. Very nice. And now we are heading to the trusty 7-Eleven to grab our final 2 coffees. We can now properly start the day now that we have a coffee finally. We're going to head into the centre and go into some like vintage and some like ceramic stores, have a little mooch around and see what they got.
We've just arrived at this little ceramic store which I've seen everywhere and everyone's told us to come here. It's called Studio Arhoj. It looks amazing from the outside and they have like a little workshop in there which is pretty cool, so you can actually see them making things. So we're gonna go and check it out. We've just arrived at a vintage designer bag store called Collector's Cage. Copenhagen has a lot of vintage and secondhand stores, so we're going to head in and check it out.
We've decided to get a hot dog from the hot dog stands that they've got here. They've got them scattered around everywhere, and they're very original and authentic, so we're going to get one to eat.
Our hot dogs are secured. We went for the classic one, which is called the roasted hot dog. These are very traditional Danish food, so they just put all the toppings on. They smell really good, they look really good, so we're ready to dig in. I'm going to give it a taste test. These are really good, very fresh. And they are not too expensive as well. I think they work out to be about €6 each, which for a little light lunch on the go is not that expensive for Copenhagen.
We are now going to get one of these marshmallow chocolate sweet treats. Here is the fladderboller, the Danish marshmallow puffs.
They have them in lots of different flavours, so we've gone for a raspberry white chocolate and then we've got a caramel one as well. So I believe for the caramel one at least, the marshmallow is like actually kind of caramel flavoured, and we'll give it a go.
I just don't think there's a world where I won't like this, because I love chocolate and I love marshmallows.
We have found that there's a lot of marshmallow things in this country in general. Why did you eat it like that? Surely
you've got to take the top off.
Nah.
And then you take the slab. Crispy bottom, floppy on the inside. But
this one has literally a raspberry flavoured marshmallow, and the white chocolate is just the best combination. They were about €5, just over €5 for 2. Not the cheapest, but they are pretty big, and it's just a nice little sweet treat, especially after lunch.
we have just wandered to the area of Christianshavn, and it's just like a little sort of town, I guess, filled with lots of little canals and shops, and it's quite quaint.
We are now about to visit a place called Freetown Christiania, which is basically a district right in the centre of Copenhagen, but it doesn't operate under the Danish government. So it's a bit interesting, a bit different.
Basically no rules.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much, and apparently it's actually not part of the EU either for that reason, which is also interesting. So we're kind of, technically speaking, exiting the EU for a couple of hours or however long we're there and then coming back in. I don't know how much we're allowed to film in there. I have heard that you're not really supposed to like film and take too many photos, but we'll just see how we feel when we're in there. But very excited. Haven't really been to a place like this before, so it'll be quite cool.
not sure what to expect, but it's definitely a lot busier than we were thinking it was going to be. There's kind of like quite a lot going on. We thought it'd almost be like a bit of a ghost town, but there's like shops, people everywhere, little markets, kind of funky.
We have just left Freetown Christiania and we're just walking kind of on the outskirts of the city. Well, I guess it's called a city, town. And the whole town is like covered in these graffiti walls like all the way around. But then it's just completely open to go in and out. So it's very random, very cool experience though. And it was like a lot bigger and better than we kind of expected. So would definitely recommend visiting if you're ever in Copenhagen.
Went to the shop and got the same yogurt pots with granola that we got yesterday from the shop. They're so cheap and we're getting a bit packaged, so that really fills a gap. But the hard bit is going to be trying to find somewhere where there's not a million people sat, so we can enjoy the view and eat our yogurt.
This is the view from our little bench that we have secured. So we're just going to sit here for a while and people watch and have a little snack. And then we're probably going to rent some bikes afterwards and cycle around and back to our hotel. We have just arrived to the Castellate Fortress, which is a pretty funky little fortress that's still in use actually at the moment here in Copenhagen, so we're just going to explore. Apparently there's a little statue here to look at and there's a windmill here. I don't know. Oh, I can see the windmill, it's over there. Windmill is found. There's some cannons. Kind of just feels like we've been transported somewhere completely different, to be honest, which is quite cool.
So this is the famous statue and it's called the Little Mermaid.
It is a pretty small statue. There's a lot of people trying to take photos with it, which is quite cute. And we only came here just because we had some extra time, but I wouldn't say it's a must visit if you were here, but if you have time, then why not, I suppose. It's just a statue of a mermaid resting on a rock, so nothing too exciting. We hired these Donkey Republic bikes a little bit earlier today. We did a 24-hour rental, so it works out a lot cheaper than picking one up every time you need it. So we paid about €13.50 for a whole 24 hours, so you can just keep locking it and parking it up, taking it wherever you want, and it stays like with you, which is pretty good. So we're going to hop on our bike now to go out for dinner. We're going to a little pizza restaurant, which we're very excited for. So we'll show you when we get there.
We have made it to our dinner location. It's called Pico. Are we excited? Come on. Love a pizza. So instead of being like one giant pizza, you get to pick like 3 different mini ones. So you can mix and match the toppings and stuff. So it's a real good way of like trying a few different pizzas without them being massive. We are at an Italian restaurant, so it'd be pretty rude not to get an Aperol Spritz, you know.
So we both went for like a bacon and sweet potato one, and we both have a mortadella and pesto pistachio one as well. And then I've got like a 4 cheese pizza, and then Jack also got a pepperoni.
Should be good. Really, really good. And pizzas have been demolished. Now we're about to hop back on our pushangs and head back down to the canal and try and watch the sunset, which hopefully there is one. We have made it back to our favourite little spot. We're just going to wait here for the sun to go down. Charles had a bit of a change of attire because it's absolutely freezing and we bought no cold clothes.
I brought nothing, like nothing. I have tank tops and I have a blazer and a trench coat. The coat's not cutting it.
And I've just got 2 t-shirts on and this jumper.
It's just because it's not actually cold, but it's really windy. And now that the sun's setting, it's just getting so cold. And we've been on the bikes and biking in the wind when the wind's hitting your face. And the cold air was like going up my sleeves and down my chest and everywhere.
It's Baltic almost. It is our final day in Copenhagen, and it is also Shazzel's birthday. So happy birthday, Shazzle. And so we've come to a nice boutique coffee shop rather than our little 7-Elevens. So we are going to enjoy these. This place is called Awesome, and I'll try and get some video of it. It's such a cool little vibe.
We have just finished our coffees. They were very delicious. The reason why we haven't been getting nice coffees every day though is because they are very expensive here in Copenhagen. So our flat whites were €12.60 for both of them, which is actually crazy, but they were really good and the place was so cute. The staff were really, really good. So would highly recommend visiting this little coffee place if you're in Copenhagen and want a really nice coffee, because it was great. It's just definitely not super budget friendly, but because it's my birthday, we were like, why not? So now we are getting back on our orange pushangs, orange whips, and we're gonna cycle to a place called Junos Bakery, which is a very popular bakery here in the city, and it's about a 17-minute bike ride. The weather is beautiful. It's a little bit windy, so hopefully the wind is behind us, not in front of us.
With the electric bikes, really.
Yeah, we don't have electric bikes, we have normal bikes, but that's fine. I'm sure we'll survive. Just cycled for about 25 minutes against very strong winds, unfortunately.
My legs are pumping.
But it was a nice ride, and we've made it to Junos Bakery, so we're going to head in and get some sweet treats.
Not like Shah to find the bakery with the longest queue in Denmark.
Our pastries are secured, so we got their famous cardamom swirl. This is kind of what everybody gets when they come here. And then we got an almond croissant thing as well, and these were about €10 for both of them, which is not too bad actually for Copenhagen. It's on the lower end of the pricing. Whoa, the crunch. So crunchy. It's good.
There's a lot of almond in it. Oh fuck.
And this is their famous cardamom swirl, which they are known for. I've never tried a cardamom pastry, so let's give it a go. Kind of smells weird. It smells spicy.
Oh, I don't know about that one.
That is really good. It doesn't taste like what it smells like. It's like not too sweet. Like it's like an interesting combination of flavours. It works.
It's alright.
I think it's pretty good.
We have just parked up on a little bench here, looking at this beautiful view. The area we're in is called like Obro, and we've just been walking around the town area, going into a few shops, and we're just going to go for a little walk along the canal here.
just secured some acai bowls for lunch because we didn't feel like eating anything else from Oakberry. We haven't had Oakberry in ages, and now we're going to walk to a little park and eat them. Now look at this for a beautiful picnic view. We are sitting surrounded in geese shit. It's literally everywhere because I don't know if you can see right now, but there is geese literally everywhere. Yes, you can definitely see that. But we've got a gorgeous view of the castle. It's very hot here, so we're going to dig into our bowls before they completely melt. They look so good.
So we have in fact made it to the airport. It's currently 7 p.m. and our flight doesn't leave for like another hour and a half. So we're just going to try and find something cheapish to get to eat. Don't know if that's going to be possible in an airport in Copenhagen, but yeah, might end up resorting to a 7-Eleven. This airport departures is sick so far. It's massive. Their duty free as well, but they've got so much stuff.
Our gate just got announced. We are walking to the other end of the airport basically. So we're going to pick up our dinner on the way. We're probably just going to get like a cheap sandwich or something and a little snack to have later because we have to fly to Amsterdam and then we have to get an hour and a half train actually to our house. So by the time we get home it's going to be very late.
I need 3 coffees right now.
Yeah, true. Feeds have been secured. I've got a chicken and pesto toasty with cheese, which looks actually really good. It smells amazing. We went to the 7-Eleven because it was the cheapest option. Jack has a chicken Caesar wrap. And we have some chicken tenders as well, which they've heated up. They smell amazing. So I think all in all, successful.
It looks banging to be fair.
Like fluffy focaccia. No. No, you can have a bite.
Love focaccia.
Overall, we rate the food from 7-Eleven in Denmark. Would recommend.
Salad, slaps.
It's a wrap, not a salad.
Chicken Caesar salad wrap. Slaps. Chicken tenders, slaps.
Slap. Toasty. Slaps. So that brings our Copenhagen vlog to an end. And since we were trying to do this on a budget, I guess we'll recap that. So overall, we do think it's possible to travel Copenhagen on a budget, but if you really want to see everything and experience with food and all the activities and all the amazing sights and things to do here, then it isn't really possible.
You do have to spend, yeah.
Yeah, like there was a lot of activities that we could have done which we didn't because it cost money and also maybe wasn't of our interest, but there's a lot of museums, there's so many things you can do and a lot of amazing places to eat, which obviously costs a lot, and we didn't really do that much. So yeah, it's possible, but then I don't think you'll get the full experience. So that's our opinion on it.
Thank you guys so much for watching. We hope you really enjoyed this vlog. We thought it was great. I really enjoyed my time here. It's such a great city, definitely recommend coming. But don't forget to like and subscribe, and we shall see you on the next one.
Bye.
Bye.